Last time on What's Your Damage?
You see Gaia just kind of count 3, 2, 1, and you hear a explosion. Look, I don't want to fight. And Hestiel goes, well, I do. The Akels were my friends. And Gaia says, they were mine too.
Thank you all non-dwarves for visiting the tour. However, considering the security breach that we have just had, we are not asking you to leave. We are telling you that this is not the place for you anymore.
Let me make this simple. We need all dwarves at home. So whatever life you have out there in the kingdom of men, that's over now.
Gus, is that you, buddy? We need you
Well, the Dwarven Queen, the Dwarven General says for the Dwarven King that dwarves have to stay in the Dwarven Kingdom.
I would say that the Prismatic Queen is asking for you, and Burke.
So Delavar's calling for you. Alright. Hestiel's not gonna be pleased, but I grant you leave.
Can't help but notice, looks like you're searching for something?
Yeah, do you guys know Jade Helm? I stole something from their group and I think they're gonna find me. They have like little masks that like are special. They give them access to like hideouts. And then I lost the mask.
I got an idea what direction it is.
Is it where the giant toads are?
Yeah.
Beans.
So about that new life you wanted.
New life it is.
Oh, you guys looking for a Moo Cleric?
Hey, George, you have a spell that makes you know what stuff is, right?
Ooh, I do.
Oh, yeah,
Good thinking.
What's this stick?
You may wonder why I don't play the flute very often, even though I have one and have had it for as long as I can remember.
And what's the answer?
I don't know how.
Exactly, and then I send a smiley emoji.
Alright. And so, Jorrix and Okaat, you guys have now arrived back in Bartle, and the town is the same leisurely pace that it normally is.
The crime rate's so low.
Well, yes. You actually see Deputy Tawny kind of doing her patrols, and she goes, nice to see you two again. Where's Sheriff Goldhammer and Assistant Deputy Burke T. Dwarf?
Oh, they're back in the Dwarven Nation.
Oh, did wrestling go good? Well, good.
They brought the roof down.
Oh. Ooh. Somewhere Burke just has a sour taste in his mouth. And he doesn't know what it's about. But he feels like it's about a bad joke. That's happening somewhere. Like it's like the forest. He goes, kind of looks away.
I feel a disturbance.
I feel a disturbance somewhere. And I feel like Jorrix is to blame.
I feel like I disappointed someone somewhere.
Yeah, I feel that way all the time.
No, that was pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
there's
probably would have said that.
Yeah, it went good well.
Excellent. It was strange. We actually saw Castile. He made a brief appearance, and then for some reason, he said that he actually asked for the two. He specifically told me to talk to the two of you. There's something in the Temple of the Risen Sun, in the sunroom, for you.
Oh,
Cool.
Well, thank you for the message.
Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe it's Gaia again. That's what it was last time.
So as you guys go there, you see Barrick, the portly hand at the temple.
Barrick.
Hey.
I remembered your name this time.
Yeah, you did.
Okaat. It's Okaat. It's Okaat.
Oh God. He goes, we're about to begin some literacy lessons, so
Nice.
Nice. You see on the blackboard 69. And numbers. And numbers. God, you perv.
Children. Jorrix takes the eraser.
69.
Jorrix takes the eraser. Erases the 6.
You hear like a...
Half nice.
Okay, Barrett gives you a high five for that
Just a 6.
one. Yeah, you know what I'm talking.
Almost
She
there.
gets it.
Everyone in this temple, children?
Pretty much. Have you met Castile?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't he lovely?
Oh, he's great.
Yeah. He left something for you guys.
So I've heard. Mind if we,
I won't hold you any longer.
Cool. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And he starts to put the 9 back on the 6. Yeah.
I have finger guns on the way out.
Nice.
Ha-cha-cha-cha.
Ta-ta-ta. And as you guys go into the Temple of the Risen Sun, you see a piece of paper laid out.
Oh no, Guy has become a piece of paper. First a gas and now this.
You think she's trapped?
Let's find out.
Okay, you go to the piece of paper, pick it up. Not Gaia, not this time.
Oh, and that's what the paper says.
Yeah.
But
We're so close.
But what you do see is instructions that say this aloud, and you'll get where you need to go.
Say this aloud and you'll get where you need to go.
And as you say that, your ball of fast travel kind of glows like it has an ability to. It has another charge.
Sweet.
That's super awesome.
Yeah.
Think that'll work all the time?
You see
gonna try.
And you see the paper start to dim.
Damn.
Aww.
I
I hold it up to the light.
glow in the dark.
Don't die on me!
Quick, make one of your pacemakers.
I use my light cantrip on the paper. Ah! Can't dim this time. Castile thinks he's smarter than me.
Who's the idiot now, idiot?
And then I throw my ball at the wall. See where it takes me.
Okay. Boy, coincidentally, it takes you exactly where Burke and Gus are.
Hey.
Boosh.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, you guys got out?
yeah, we told you not to leave Bartle, but I guess it's good you did.
Did you leave a note?
Not a physical one.
You have a bunch of Post-its. Not a physical note.
We didn't have time. The queen.
You didn't have time. It's a sticky Post-it note.
I've been trying this cool thing where I can ping people from really far away, send them a message. I wanted to try that again.
That's experimental. It might not have worked. It's very
No, it
dangerous.
worked. I contacted the devil one time with it.
2 systems. You need backup systems for safety.
Yeah, that's like what I have with the Blue Knight.
Yeah. Well, I guess everyone has magic phones except
for me.
for me and Okaat, and it'll probably be just me soon because that's how things go.
But what if I have a magic phone with you? Huh? Then we both have one. We can talk to each
Suddenly-
other.
What?
Less exciting.
What if I get one with you? Well, I don't want to be far away from you.
Aww.
Yeah, I get it. Oh no, I want to be close to you too. But maybe if there was a way, we could all talk. Only if we needed to, and not if we just forget something. Could be good for safety, but also could be the most annoying thing I've ever thought of.
Jorrix, can you put your mind talkie power into a sticky note? And then we could all have one.
Ooh.
I'm not wearing a sticky note
Why not?
around. It looks silly.
The king was wearing a sticky note.
And he looked silly, and I couldn't say anything, but I really wanted to.
Put your hat over
And that's
it.
coming from a guy who
you-
just got his second pair of pants.
You don't have to show it. It could be in your pockets.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it'll take some time to do that, so maybe when
Could
less
it
pressing
possibly
matters.
maybe be put into something that's less, easily burned or lost, like a sticky note, like anything, literally, just about anything
Maybe a tattoo?
less than a thin piece of paper.
Are you in a bad mood today, Burke?
He's wearing the hat again.
Oh,
No, it's not the hat. I spent a little time in the mountain today, and I thought I wasn't going to get out, and I don't. I like, you know what? It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to be forced to live there again, against my wishes.
Understandable.
And so
Even for duty. Duty's important.
children. And so as you guys are standing in splendor, and you know that it is the middle of summer, suddenly a unseasonably cold chill runs through the air. And you see that many...
I'm cold too, buddy.
Are you causing another avalanche?
No, but it could be related. I'm not sure.
And you see that a bunch of the citizens in splendor have long cloaks on. Just to give you a little bit of detail about what these folks look like, they favor like an unfussy yet decidedly finer style of dress than what you've seen in red, blue, and green. The buildings in splendor live up to their name, each one seemingly fit for an artist's brush. The buildings are lighter to reflect light and to almost say, we have nothing to hide here. And in the center of this town, you see the Castle of the Queen. However, you also see a large group of protesters outside, screaming about the blue fire in the Green Nation, blue fire in the Green Nation and the Red Nation. And you can hear that they are also angry about the recent decree freeing tieflings and the theft of the great weapons from the Great Hall.
Oh, that is a complex protest going on over there.
Yeah.
Looks like they
There's
got
a
a lot of signs.
I agree with some of their points. Other points, not so much.
Yeah.
I just want to
that's,
see like an outline written down.
Yeah. I mean,
because of what their points are.
Ooh, maybe they're just different groups.
yeah. That
They
could
should
be.
schedule different days for different subjects.
Yeah. And you know,
because
for
you're muddling the message.
for organizers, they're not very organized.
Well, they'll get a hang of it.
Also, Okaat's just like casually patting down her hair.
Makes sense.
Jorrix, have you ever heard of avalanche powers?
I can't say I have.
No, really. I'm asking you
Oh.
in your sort of, you know a lot of stuff about magic.
Yeah.
I can't say.
I am going to do a roll to see if I have.
Because I'm
going to roll like a 1, then say the same thing I just said. But
I'm talking while
and
we're walking.
this is super important. So Jorrix like patting himself on the back with some
Welcome to
guidance.
talk with me, Jorrix.
Let me think. So what is thinking things? History would
Yeah.
be 28. Elliot, tell me what I know of avalanche powers.
As Burke's describing, nothing.
Now, what about like just like if I want to
Avalanches.
like lead Burke on?
Okay. You know that there are...
Like, how do they first manifest? What are the health
They're
signs?
not real. I'm sorry, out of character.
Yeah. No, this is Chris asking Elliot, so that way I can be like, oh, look out for these signs, Burke.
Oh, I think if Jorrix is gonna lie to me, he's got to just do it himself. He can't get you to come up with it.
Well, he's gonna use knowledge that he has
Roll
about like
against
storm
that.
giants.
Yeah, like this is legitimate knowledge. If you were to fact check
Okay,
it.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Storm giants develop power with the ice and snow at a fairly early age. It often develops. What happens is that they're first able to like stand in water and freeze it, and eventually they're able to work their powers up so that they can chill the very air.
So,
Tell me.
yeah. So they're really only seen in snow giants, but it's normally around like puberty. But maybe if there's like a second puberty thing, maybe.
Yeah. Second puberty. Do you think that maybe if someone had avalanche powers, that it could be they maybe could be part frost giant?
Just maybe. But
Frost giant, ice giant.
yeah, frost giant, snow giant, avalanche giant, some call them.
Would explain why you're taller than me.
I am slightly taller
The first sign.
than your average dwarf.
Yeah, the first sign is if you stand in just, any body of water, preferably one that's not moving, you'll start to see like rings of crystal ice form around if you've got it, if it's
Right.
starting to show. So,
I mean, you are a water
I'm just
guy.
asking
Yeah.
for a friend.
yeah, just,
It's something that someone was talking about in the Dwarven
yeah,
Mountain, and it's not something that I've done or know anything about. But I just wanted to get your opinion. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And as you guys are getting closer to the Queen's Castle, you are thick. You are thick in the protest because they are just kind of around.
Thank you.
THICC, baby.
In the good way.
And you see
Thick-headed.
and you see one of the people stand up, and he says, "We are living in a time where the former protectors of Galea are failing us. It's time for new blood, a different leadership for a different time. It's time for the Jade Helm." And as he says this, the crowd that you are in the middle of all reach into their cloaks and put on green masks.
I'll look for the one that's missing his.
Even if you rolled a natural 20, you're not going to find him.
Damn
here.
it.
But I will ask all of you guys to roll me a perception check.
10.
23.
God.
17.
Mine's 16 plus whatever.
That's good.
Something.
Okay, so you three, minus Okaat.
Okaat's busy being outraged at a lot of different things that this protest stands for. Like, oh yeah, it's so bad that the tieflings were freed, you fucks.
Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah, what the hell? I don't. That's right. Now that
they're
I'm
mad
reading
about
some of
it.
these signs,
They're
I'm
mad
getting a little
about
more
it.
pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And now
don't
that they're
like
putting on jade helmets and painting their faces green.
Yeah, the masks are dominoes. But what you three see is at the very periphery of your right side, you see a blonde woman kind of making her way through the crowd.
Hello.
A blonde elven woman?
Yeah, Jorrix, you definitely catch that. You can see you see the pointy ears and the long blonde hair.
Seeing that Okaat is outraged, I just sort of nudge her and just go, Evangeline.
Don't you call me that.
No. And I turn her
Why
head.
would he be calling you that?
And as you turn your head, you still can't get a full-on view, but you can see her walking towards a alleyway.
Do we follow her?
Something's telling me something very bad will happen to us if we do.
Or something very bad's about to happen here, and we should go over there.
Also that. Let's get into the castle as quickly as fucking possible.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave. Super runaway.
Bye.
Yeah. And then I cowered away.
Just walk casual.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We belong here.
We're fine. We
Fucking
don't belong
space.
here, but we belong somewhere that's nearby.
We
And
belong
that-
where we're
yeah.
going.
So as you guys are walking through this crowd, you see that they have the smell starts to catch you, which is just rotten produce.
Oh.
And they begin throwing it at the castle. As you guys approach the front of the castle where the entrance is, you see...
Is that where they put it?
Yeah, sometimes. But sometimes there's a back entrance.
Maybe we should take that one.
But when you get there, you see two guards in ornate dress, and one of them looks very familiar to you. She looks like, yeah, even to you, Gus. She is a tiefling woman, and she is standing there, and she looks at the four of you, and she goes, "Guys?
Huh?
Odin?
Yes.
Hey!
Okaat?
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You got a hell of a promotion, girl. Way to go.
Yeah, Castile hooked me up here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's kind of, well, it's not great right now, what with a bunch of people protesting my freedom.
Yeah.
But,
I feel you there.
yeah. But it's so good to see friendly faces.
Yeah. Good to see you too. I'm glad you got out. Well, I know you got out, but I'm glad you did.
Thanks. And you see a dragonborn next to her, and she goes, "Friends of yours?" And she goes, "Yeah, these are, that's Okaat, Jorrix, Gustus Goldhammer, and Burke the Dwarf."
Burke. It's nice to meet you.
And the dragonborn goes, "It's a pleasure."
What is with these guys outside?
She goes, "I don't know, man. There's been talk of this Jade Helm, and she is aggravating for some change."
The Jade Helm is a person and not a group of people?
I can't, they call themselves the Jade Helm, but then their literature has a single female on it.
Blonde lady?
She has a hood on, so we can't really tell.
Oh.
Sounds like a cult.
Yep.
Cult.
Yep.
Could
Well,
be dangerous.
I'm not surprised. While we're standing there talking, I look at Odin and I'm like, do you mind if I give you a hug?
Not at all.
I do, in full view of the protesters.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck them all.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna see how they respond.
Oh boy.
Okaat gets like a tomato on the back of her head.
And they're gonna get a dagger in the back of theirs.
You can see. Well, since you look so human, but she doesn't. But she looks less human than you, although she's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that there are some boos. Like they feel like you're betraying humans.
I turn around and I flip them all.
Okay, yeah, you were flipping them. The
Birdiest of birds.
Did you ever watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Sadly, no.
Oh, there's this scene where like the moon guy like flips off the earth harder than he's ever flipped off anything before. Like, that's kind of what that feels like. And as Okaat is flipping everybody off, Gustus Goldhammer, you feel a ping in your head. And you hear a voice go, and here I go around, showing myself so that you guys follow, and you guys decide to run away.
Well, yeah, you're scary, mean, and strong. I mean, you carved a note into Burke.
That's only because I didn't have sticky notes.
Maybe we can strike a deal.
This whole thing's been about sticky notes, guys.
I just need office supplies.
Also, you're a blade singer, and I'm apparently supposed to kill those.
I mean, you're welcome to try, although you and I both know you're gonna fail.
Yeah, that's why I didn't follow you.
But I was actually trying to help you out this time.
I don't believe you, even a little bit.
That's unfortunate because I have a feeling that the Queen is going to ask you for some information about the Jade Helm, and I was going to reveal something to you so important to them.
Well, you can do that with this weird message thing you're doing right now.
And she cuts it off.
Who are you talking to again? You're not even holding the stone.
Yeah, Evangeline was in my mind. It's not crazy, it's magic.
Who is everyone talking to little voices besides me?
No.
Okay? I mean, I talk to myself sometimes, but no one's answering. Okay?
That's good. You should be thankful for that.
I am thankful for that.
Anyway, she wanted us to follow her, but I said I don't trust her.
Yeah, that's the right choice.
But
She
you let her
wanted
talk
us-
to your inside of your brain.
Yeah, Jorrix,
Well,
you
it doesn't
can
really
do
have
the
a
thing
choice.
you know to talk to her if you want, but I'm done messing with that rude, mean, evil.
Let's get it all
Mean.
out. Yeah, say it again. Yes, more. What else?
Should we go in?
Rude.
Carves friends up and the
Yeah, violent. Unnecessarily violent.
She killed guy.
Too tall. I'd say too tall for a person.
Yeah, she's tall, but that's not one of her worst
That's
qualities.
what but it scares me, and that's part of it.
And she's a shitty mom. Let us not forget.
Yeah.
And crap,
Yeah,
mom.
bad to orphans.
Bad to
That
orphans.
part.
I'm not forgetting that either.
I wish she talked to you
Write
instead
this
of me.
down.
I'm getting...
And then every time she talked to your head, look at this list.
Jorrix, can you write this down for me?
Oh, of course.
Mean,
Here's a sticky note for you.
mean, rude,
I wrote it in
Bad mom.
Dwarfish. I felt like that worked better for you.
overly violent,
Sure.
carves up friends, known to be blade singer.
They're not all
Is this a
bad.
dwarvish symbol, Burke?
What?
This
Yeah.
one, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's look familiar to me, yeah.
So are we going inside, or
Yeah.
just gonna hang out on the doorstep?
Yeah, Odine's like,
Let's piss the crowd off more. Let's do more of that.
Yeah, Alex, you look like you're having so
I'm
much
good
fun,
with
Okaat.
that.
I didn't want to ruin the moment.
Fair enough.
We also don't want to incite them to riot, so we should probably go inside.
Yeah, Odin, would you mind?
no, of course not, guys. And she goes, yep, there you guys all are. Yep, okay. And she
We're on a list.
she knocks and the doors open, and as the doors open, you can hear all the protesters scream louder.
As we're walking by, I lean in close to her and I'm like, take good care of yourself. And I give her a quick kiss on the cheek.
And she goes, oh, you know I will.
Get a room.
Maybe we will.
Yeah, maybe
Get
we
it.
will.
I'll take one too. I can actually I'm tired. I was saying, let's get rooms.
O'Neill says maybe we will. And I'm like, maybe we will.
Let's talk after, she says. So then, okay, as you guys enter, what you see is just an enormous palace with a water fountain in the very center. And standing before you is a man in he has the body of like a Chianti bottle. So he's like very narrow, like he has like a very thin face and thin neck, but as you get to his belly, he gets really round. And then he has
I thought you were saying
he's
he's got
pear-shaped.
huge legs.
yes, he's very pear-shaped.
Huge round legs. Narrow torso. Wide legs.
Yeah, an absolute unit. And he goes, "Oh, it is the adventurers that I am supposed to escort to the queen and the knights. Well, if you'll allow me to take you there, we shall commence."
I'll allow it. How about you guys?
I'll allow it if he tells us his name.
My name is Tegan.
Tegan, I'm Okaat. Nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure, Okaat.
Jorrix.
Jorrix.
I also agree. Not that it matters at this point.
We're gonna have to introduce ourselves to everyone here. Hi, I'm Burke. I'm tired. I'm cranky.
Gus's Goldhammer, future king of this palace, in fact. But it'll be a lawful, in documentation.
Yeah. It's gonna be in a documentation of most legal standing. And we would love to get the official tour as soon as we wake up from sleeping in a nice room. Tomorrow or, Wednesday, whatever. Full tour of the grounds, and I would say probably need to introduce us to the guard, chief of guards.
The chefs.
I'll
Yeah,
need to see
she'll be
the
replacing
kitchen.
him someday, but that we don't have to worry about that
Yeah,
yet.
that's way in the future. Like, let's talk to the queen.
And he goes, "Well, I do have to warn you, it's going to be quite a walk, and there will be..." And it will... And there will be a couple of magical effects that you'll see, but you guys are adventurers, and I'm sure you've seen all of that before.
Nope. Never heard of just going, what I would expect to be through like another door to where there's a king and a throne room, but instead some kind of long walk. Like, what is it? A very long hallway?
Well,
Or is it a magical, stupid hallway?
Is it a simulacrum?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. One of those. And I hate those. It's not even real.
and he goes, "Well, you will have to forgive me for the length of this walk."
It just better not shrink and get small, is all I'm saying. Because I've had enough today.
There was that time in Tarot Ren. That was really rough.
There's a couple times, and I just spent a couple days in the mountain, and really tight. Don't like big ceilings there. I don't get it.
He gets real cranky in small spaces.
Well, this is
And
right.
big
gotta be
spaces.
free.
And outdoor spaces and indoor spaces.
Outdoor spaces are
regular
fine,
crime.
He's
but I
kinda
don't
cranky
like
all
a
the time.
closed.
Sort of a
closed
free-range
spaces.
dwarf.
And he goes, "Normally we wouldn't have this many precautions. However, considering that,
All the shit going on outside.
yes, and
Damn.
especially with one of the knights being down and out, we have to make sure they're as safe as possible."
Understandable.
Let's get the Blue Knight on the phone. Tell him we don't have to do this bull crap. Just let us in.
Also, I don't know if you're aware or if this matters to you, but we just saw Evangeline outside.
Well, that is incredibly important.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
So buzz us in already. I don't want to go down this long hall. Or let's get walking.
Yeah, we should really talk to the queen as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's walking with you guys. He's walking, talking. He's Sorkin in it.
Oh, finally, we figured out how to walk and talk at the same time. That's been a real problem on this podcast.
And he
I'm
goes,
always moving when I'm talking. Pacing.
and he goes, "Well, I believe that all of you should make sure to tell the queen when you see her about what you just told me. It's also strange considering...
Well, if all of us tell her, it'll be hard to understand. We should designate a single person.
Or we could tell her one at a time, but then by the time she got to the last person, she'd probably be kind of
I
annoyed.
champion Jorrix to tell.
And I take that duty with honor.
Duty.
God damn it.
You have to do it. It's your duty.
Jorrix picks up the pace a little bit.
I do it every day.
And as you guys are walking down the hallways, you can see in the first room, the paintings are rather serene. They just show the queen, Galea, during a happier time during these 50 years of peace. And as you get progressively deeper into the palace, you start to see moments of war and strife. You see the Night of the Failed Peace, which is where the Ceremony of Colors comes from. You see the Red Knight there in one of those paintings, his arm and shoulder being stabbed through by Alan Noir, the Bladesinger King, and his family dead. You can see in the panel after that, or in one of the paintings after that, him donning the black shawl and his left arm being useless after the wound. And as Tegan is walking with you, he goes, I think she will always feel guilty towards Grim Red, considering what he had to sacrifice to keep her and Bazarek alive. And he says that soberly as he continues on. And you see a large hallway and an even grander staircase. And he goes, now, if you would all please indulge me, if you could all turn around and walk up the stairs backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
We've done weirder things.
True. That's very true.
I feel like this is only the beginning of weirder stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh.
I'm going to roll to see how good I get up the stairs backwards. 19!
I only got an 11.
Plus athletics makes it off the charts. I basically could backflip up the stairs, but that's not fully going up backwards, and I want to be respectful.
Yeah.
I just do it very quickly and gracefully.
I rolled an 11, which with my athletics bonus is 11.
Oh,
Strength-based. You go up slower than I do.
At least it's not con-based. That's a -1.
oofa. Okay, as the four of you go upstairs backwards, as you guys hit the top of the landing, you find you're in a completely different part of the castle, or the keep. And here you can see that this seems a lot less ceremonial. This looks like this is where the queen spends the majority of her time and where she plans protection and policy. You can see tomes of books lining the walls. And although it isn't as cramped as the Dwarven Kingdom or other places that Burke's been, this is a little bit more cramped than where you just have been.
Can I make a perception check just to take it all in?
Sure.
16.
Okay, you want to take it all in?
Yeah, because this might be my quarter someday.
Are you like trying to envision what your vision of it would look like?
No, I'm just looking trying to capture as
This-
many details as possible.
Yeah, you're trying to take pictures in your mind so that you can remember back to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks mighty fine. This looks like a place that you could pass a lot of policy, Gus. The strange thing is when you guys are on this side of the room, Tegan is already there ahead of you. And he goes, not much longer. And he continues walking. And he says, you've never seen her astrolabe room, have you? This is your first visit. Of course you haven't.
What was that word?
Astrolabe?
Sounds dirty.
Astrolabe?
Mm-hmm.
It's a...
Are you trying to say astrolab?
I think it's a navigation.
I wouldn't know what that was even if he was trying to say that.
I can't wait to find out about this new word. Astrolabe. Can I spell that?
Can you?
Yeah, I'm asking myself. Can I spell that? Astrolabe. Yep. Looks good.
And as you guys continue walking, you see actually a tapestry to your left that looks very much like Zhao's shawl, but perhaps older, perhaps from a previous generation. And finally, you see a large door in front of you, and Tegan goes, "Well, here you go, sirs and madam."
Thank you.
And he opens the door, and you see a 70-foot long room that's 30 feet wide, so it's huge. You see stricken in the bed is the Red Knight, who looks thinner than two of you saw him last. To you, it's been, I don't know if you've ever seen the Red Knight. Okaat.
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah, from the paintings that you just saw, he is much thinner. And you see the Blue Knight, you see the Green Knight, and you see the Queen, who is seated next to the Red Knight with holding his hand. And you actually see Castile there.
Oh, thank goodness. I was just waiting for this all to be a horrible trick. I mean,
Where's
really.
Shalabin?
You just say that out loud to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. And Castile goes, "No. Hey, Gus. Shalabin is covering for the Red Knight." Wink.
Okay.
And he turns to you, Jorrix, and he's like, "Do you understand what I'm kind of saying, or do I need to clarify?"
She's sort of like filling in for him, like maybe being his image while he's gone.
Bingo bango. And then who's covering for her? Well, Anna is. So, no.
I thought Anna was in the... which Shalabin was... No, it's...
It's so hard to keep them all.
I'm tired. Maybe I'm getting cranky too.
It's the heat, man.
Yeah, maybe
making
I
me-
do need a room.
And the knights look at you and Castile. And the Prismatic Queen looks at the four of you and she says, "I'm sorry we're not meeting under better times. I am going to have to request your help in finding out what exactly the Jade Helm is."
It's Evangeline.
Yeah, it's a cult.
Speaking of which,
I think.
probably should have said this earlier. Sorry. Long walk. I sort of forgot. We saw Evangeline on our way here, like right outside the palace.
I was getting to that, but yeah. What
Sorry,
is it?
I was appointed by guys,
shit.
so I didn't want to miss my mark.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. I tried to be thing knower. It won't happen again.
It's a team
You-
effort.
you were doing
it's
great.
okay. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I knew that one thing for some reason.
We're friends, or something. Or we're supposed to hang out together, right? I feel like
we spent every waking minute
yeah,
together.
it's a little weird, but I was trying not to question it. Maybe that's why I'm cranky and just never get any time to myself.
Gus, you got another one of those meta statues?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a cult, and it's definitely Evangeline, and
Yeah.
they're probably going to carve everyone's notes in everyone.
Yeah, she said she had information and that you would want it and she would give it to us, but why would we trust her? We wouldn't. Because she's mean, where's that list?
She's a bad mom.
She's a bad mom.
Mean to
Too tall.
orphans.
I think Mean was on there a couple times.
Yeah.
It's important, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Okay, well, if that's the case, then I would like to know where not the rabble rousers, the people who are protesting, I want to know where they're meeting."
Wasn't it outside the castle?
Yeah, I think most of them are out there.
I think they have. I think they have a hideout or something in the Withered Lands. We met a kobold on the way to Bartle. Seemed extraneous at the time.
Where is that from? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, God. Yeah, Wayne's World.
Interesting that he had so much information. It seemed extraneous at the time.
Such a good movie.
He's coming back up through Chicago on his way to Detroit.
And so she goes, "It's you think in the Withered Lands?"
I think so.
Or at the very least, one of their masks is in there.
Yeah. You could you track it again?
Yeah, if we got back to the spot.
Yeah, okay.
Because I... Don't give me that look, Okaat. Can't track. I know what you want to see.
And so she goes, "Okay, well, the more information that we get, the better it would be. Of course, you guys are welcome to stay here for the night, but I would ask that you guys get on this Jade Helm business as soon as possible, and also to take care.
When do we not? Oh, all the time.
Yeah."
Right. Yeah.
And she looks to the two dwarves and she goes, "I heard that there was a bit of trouble with Hestiel."
No,
we just went over her head.
yeah, we told her that we would, and then we did, and she let us do it, so I don't really, it's no problem.
And she...
I mean, later she might try to get us in trouble, but King said it was fine.
Now, when you guys were saying, Hestiel, we're going over your head, what was the look on her face?
You know, it was like this.
Yeah, that's not a good face. She
No?
wasn't happy about that.
Well, she didn't say she needs to use her words.
She was
She
in a
did
bad
say-
mood. No matter what even if we stayed, she'd still be mad.
It seemed like she wanted us
true.
to stay, but that she kind of had a lot of other things to do, and that
Yeah, keeping track.
she'll probably put us in the brig later if we go back.
If you go back.
That's what I'm
No, we
saying.
had the king's permission. She'd need the king's permission to put us in the brig,
Well,
and that wouldn't make sense.
King's sick. I mean, you know, who's going to be king when the king's gone? Probably a steal.
Let's not think about that too much right now.
Gotta think about these things. It's real. It could happen. It's real. I could be dead tomorrow, then who would be Burke?
Oh, we won't go on the brig that way. See, then you don't even have to work. I get where you're going with this.
Yeah.
He's
Probably
ever the
gonna-
optimist, isn't he?
Yeah.
And she goes, "Be that as it may, Tegan, could you please draft a letter to Hestiel thanking her for releasing these two dwarves?"
That'll smooth it over. Why, thank you. Yeah, you were just going to say that, and I was a little stressed out.
Well, maybe that'll just piss her off because it's like, thank you for releasing her, but she didn't.
Oh, that's
release
rubbing her
us.
nose in it. That's saying, look how over your head we went. That's not to say anything, I think.
Maybe thank the king, and then like CC her.
She's going to read it, you know. She's probably reading all the mail.
You can see her if you look at her.
God damn it. And she goes, "Well,
Burke just lost a hit point from it. He was so hurt. He was so hurt by that. He's down to 54.
That's more than twice what I have at full health.
oh no."
He's a beef boy, man.
He is a beef
Starts
boy.
packing on the pounds.
And she goes, "Okay, well, I'm going to just release you guys to root out the Jade Helm tomorrow morning. You say that Evangeline's here, and you think that she is the Jade Helm."
I'm pretty well convinced of it. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like,
Sowing
you know,
discord.
sowing discord, creating chaos. You know she's coming after your spot, right? Like,
Oh, Okaat. So many people have tried, and she is making her run again. Yes.
yeah. I'm just like, it all makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
People outside protest, like, they're just against you because you're you, and because she's convinced them that you're bad. Or
Wait,
whatever.
actually, if she's the one leading them, why would she be for the enslavement of tieflings? Why would she be having them spread that message?
Why would you even ask that?
I don't know.
She kept me as a slave in her household for years.
Oh, that's right. You weren't really a real dog.
Nope.
Man, oh.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so then let's just collect information, and if it is her, then I will have to deal with her myself.
I'll help. I know a lot of people who want her dead and want to do it themselves. So, like, we're going to have to Rochambeau for it or something at some point. We're all going to have to...
We're going to kill
take turns.
Evangeline.
I mean, somebody's going to.
We're going to kill Evangeline. We're going to kill Evangeline. We're going to do that?
Yeah.
Us four?
Yeah, or just me. I mean...
You by yourself?
Sure, why not?
Because
I'll
you're
figure it out.
weaker.
Yeah,
you, guys.
go do that. I'll be here. Tell me how it goes. I'd love to hear how that turns out.
Look, I'm not saying you have to go fight her, but I do.
You get a death wish?
Maybe I do.
It's not a good look.
I'm sorry for my compatriots' outburst. It's been a long day. They need
He's
some
great.
sleep.
I'm just trying to get you not to go on a suicide mission. Evangeline's tough cookie carved my chest all up.
I'm not saying we're going to go kill her
I
right
said
now.
tough cookie, and that seems like a thing that someone would say in the 50s. Someone would say about my great-grandmother. She's a tough cookie. 102 years old, tough cookie.
And
I think she's probably older than 102, actually.
Evangeline?
Yeah.
See, she got experience, too.
I'm not saying I'm going to go kill
She's
her right
in
now.
his head. He doesn't even know how. He
Got
doesn't
some
can't
shit
stop
to work
it.
on. I
Not
get it.
anymore.
If she wanted to, she could go, ah! And he wouldn't be able to even hear anything.
Add that to the list.
Gets in people's
Yeah,
heads.
look at this
No,
list.
can go, and I couldn't hear.
This list says do not mess with. We're not going to go in there just knives stabbing. And it's not going to turn out good. Do you remember jumping? Let's think about it. Remember jumping in the wall of fire?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Didn't you get hurt?
Yeah.
Imagine if it was on the other side, just more fire. I think that's what we're kind of dealing with.
Okay, so I need to level up a bit. I get it.
I don't know what that means. But yes.
I just need to,
If
like...
it means not
hone my
you just
skills.
going to try to kill Evangeline by yourself, after how long now?
Well, Gaia's going to help. And the Queen's going to help. And the Queen is, like, hella powerful.
Well, you didn't say that. You said you were just going to go do it by yourself.
She said,
I said that I would attend to it personally.
yeah, see?
Well, then what were you talking about?
She was going
Helping.
to join.
No, well, then we can all help.
It seems this was all one big misunderstanding.
The chill that started in splendor has reached Bartle. It is late at night, and Deputy Tawny is out on her patrol, as everybody keeps to a rigid schedule that Gustus set and Burke wrote down. As she is out on her patrol, she notices a speck of dirt on her boots and cleans it off. And as she stands up, she sees a figure clad in blue with a gold mask. And she goes, "Oh, welcome to Bartle. I'm Deputy Tawny." And the figure says, "Is this the place where Gustus Goldhammer is sheriff?" And she goes, "Oh yes, Sheriff Goldhammer, absolutely." And he says, "Is he here now?" And she kind of takes a step back and she goes, "Why?" And he looks at the building behind her, which is the orphanage that he and Castile championed. And he goes, "Are there tieflings in that building?" And she says, "I don't really." And he looks her in the eyes, and all she sees is red.